Well, good evening and welcome to the Treehouse. Today is Monday, the 16th of September, and we are going into a full moon in Pisces. And while I don't typically use oracle decks, there is one oracle deck I do use, which is the Moonology deck. And I've had this deck for a little over a year and have used it for most of the full and new moons that have come and gone since I began reading tarot practice. And so tonight I thought it would be really helpful to do a full moon reading. And what I have done is to pull out the full moon card, which is Surrender to the Divine, and also the full moon in Pisces, which is Balance Your Spirituality and Practicality. So Pisces is the very watery sign of someone who is of a very gentle and kind spirit, who has a very deep understanding and knowing of the world and the universe. I attribute the Pisces sign, and I don't know that it belongs to the High Priestess, but my suspicion is that that would be accurate. This is about a deep intuitional knowing about how things work in the universe. So this reading will be for the full moon in Pisces. There is no card in here for a lunar eclipse, which is what's happening. It's a partial lunar eclipse and visible in the southern half of the world down by South America. So again, I'm not an astrologist, so I want to send you out into the world. Cosmopolitan has a really great column on the full moon and the eclipse for this month, and also Vogue magazine does as well. And so I refer you out there for some basic information. So we're going to do a 3-card spread, but with these 2 cards already pulled, thinking about surrendering to the divine and balancing our spirituality and practicality. So the 3 cards that we are going to pull are, what is falling away from us now? That will be our first card. The second card will be, what is the illumined full moon showing us now? And the third card will be, what comes next? And I don't know that we will do a bottom of the deck card, because that doesn't seem to fit for this particular reading, especially since we've already taken the energies of both the full moon and the full moon in Pisces. So I did shuffle well before I started the video, and this is for the collective, so take what resonates for you and leave the rest. And so we will just cut and lay out our 3 cards. So this is what is falling away. This is what is being illumined, and this is what's next. And again, we will not be using a Meriwether card this time. So here is our first card in what is falling away. And what we have here is the new moon in Leo. And we will read these in a moment. Confidence is your key to success. So that tells me that we have been confident and we have been successful, and that is now passing away at this point. So this second card is what is illumined by this full moon, and that is to be bold and make the first move. Yes, we have been confident, and now we are being encouraged to make the first move for whatever project it is that we are wanting to look at. And projects can be anything, right? They can be healing from a past trauma. They can be embarking on a journey of some sort, a new job, moving house, maybe cleaning out your closet, whatever the project is right now. But to be bold and to make the first move, you have got the confidence from the past to do such a thing. And so what comes next is a full moon in Scorpio. It is time to release the negativity. So interesting that that is what is coming next for us. So let me just kind of read these to you. So let's look at a new moon in Leo. This card heralds the start of a new cycle for you, and this is what's falling away. That's my comment. When you are going to look and feel more gorgeous, more in the spotlight, more like you have something worth showing off. If you want someone's attention, this card says it's coming. However, this may not happen all by itself. You have to be willing to do your bit, which means being proud of who you are and what you have to offer. Think of yourself as the king or queen of the jungle and carry yourself accordingly. This card is also a great omen if you are asking about a creative project you're working on. Alternatively, it can herald good news or a new start for your children. So the cardinal moon. Now is the time to be bold and bossy even. Take matters into your own hands. The cardinal signs are powerful and self-starting, and they're determined and great at organizing. So drawing this card strongly suggests that you are going to need to be all of those things to get your ideal resolution or position in the situation you are asking about. This card may challenge you on how strongly you really want something. If you're worrying about a situation, it is a suggestion to be less passive and instead take an assertive stance as you steer events where you want them to go. Speak up for what you want, and if you're serious about sorting things out, you may need to take the lead in some way and step up as a leader. So this last one, the full moon in Scorpio. If you've been feeling paranoid and acting weird, take this card as a very direct message from the cosmos to stop it. Worrying yourself is pointless. It's time to release any negativity you have around the situation you're asking about. So if someone has been unkind to you, perhaps it's time for you to release them. This card heralds an emotional, intense time since both the full moon and Scorpio themselves are both extremely intense. It's time for you to feel all your feelings. There could be some nastiness in the air when you pull this card, and if that's the case, take it as a sign to move away from anyone or anything you feel is toxic. For some, however, this card has a totally different meaning that your sex life can improve now. Okay, so just to give us a summary, the divine is at play here, and we need to surrender to the universe, to the holy, and to the divine, and to balance our spirituality and practicality for the next 2 weeks. So when we are looking at the past or what is falling away, we have been very confident, and it has been the key to our success. And now with whatever it is that we are beginning at this full moon or bringing into fruition, because remember, moons are cycles. We are best able to start a new cycle under the energy of the new moon and bring things to conclusion under a full moon. So we are being told to be bold and make the first move. And what's coming up next? That it is a time to release negativity, and that is the full moon in Scorpio. So that's what's next. And from the reading, what I'm taking from that is that if there is criticism, to let that go and to release whatever negativity is on the horizon for us as we move into whatever this new project, new thing that we've chosen to do with all the confidence that we had in the past. Look for signs from the divine and to be very balanced in our spirituality and practicality. So that is what I have for this full moon in Pisces and this beautiful eclipse partial down there in the southern hemisphere. So if this reading was helpful, please like, share, and subscribe, and perhaps we'll do more of these. If you have a comment, I'd really appreciate you leaving it for me. If you would like to see more of these kinds of readings, I'll think about how I can integrate those into our daily reading process. Blessings.